Elrond and Thranduil were two elven lords, among the oldest, wisest and most powerful of their kind during the era of the Lord of the Rings. Galadriel was the mightiest of all, but here we speak of elf lords, Elrond, master of Rivendell, and Thranduil, king of Mirkwood. Both fought against Sauron, yet they were so different it is hard to compare them. One calm and wise, the other proud and aloof. Elrond was born in 532 of the First Age. As a half-elf, he was unique. His bloodline included men, elves, and even Maiar. He could choose mortality or immortality, and chose the fate of the elves. His ancestors included Beren, Thingol, Turgon, and Melian. Thus Elrond's veins carried the blood of kings, heroes, and divine beings. His lineage was unmatched. Thranduil, however, was a Sindar elf, born in Doriath before its fall, making him slightly older than Elrond. His father Orifer was a vassal of Thingol. After Doriath's destruction, Orifer led their people to Greenwood, founding a new realm. Elrond's life was full of great events. He saw how Sauron, disguised as an elf, deceived many and forged the Rings of Power. He fought in every war against the Dark Lord, stood in the Last Alliance, and helped shape the fate of Middle-earth. He joined the White Council with Gandalf, Saruman, and Galadriel, guiding the fight against Sauron. He aided dwarves, men, and hobbits alike, offering Rivendell as a refuge for all who resisted evil. In the end, Elrond sailed west with the other great rulers, leaving Middle-earth behind. Thranduil, too, did not stand apart. He survived the fall of Doriath and fought in the Last Alliance before Mordor's gates. There, his father perished, and Thranduil became king of his people. Later, he led armies at the Battle of the Five Armies and at Dol Guldur, shaping the war's outcome. When it comes to achievements, Elrond stands out more. He was a companion of High King Gil-galad and founded Rivendell. He was the bearer of Vilya, married Galadriel's daughter, and raised Aragorn, preparing him for his destiny. Thranduil, meanwhile, preserved his people for millennia, keeping their culture and traditions alive. He never sought to impose his power, but united the wild elves and the Sindar under one crown. His son Legolas fought in the Great War and helped bring down Sauron. Yet compared side by side, Elrond's accomplishments seem greater. Elrond was not a king, but a wise leader. Rivendell was a refuge, not a kingdom, with only limited warriors. Thranduil, in contrast, was a true king, commanding vast lands and a strong army. In character, they were also very different. Elrond was wise, kind, and open. He did not trust Sauron when he disguised himself, becoming one of the few who saw through the deception. He aided all who fought for good and was flexible enough to allow his daughter to marry a mortal. Thranduil, however, was proud and reserved, mistrusting dwarves and Noldor, clinging to old grudges. He joined battles only when danger directly threatened his realm. Yet he carried the burden of thousands of lives, ruling with pride and strength in harsh times. Elrond seems wiser and closer to men, while Thranduil remained distant, bound by his pride. In this, Elrond appears closer to the hearts of people than the proud king of Mirkwood. In the end, Elrond surpasses him. His ancestry, wisdom, and achievements place him higher. Thranduil was a true king and a strong ruler, but overall he falls short of Elrond. The difference is roughly 2 against 4 in Elrond's favor. But this does not mean Thranduil is less beloved or less fascinating. Each has his own charisma and role in the great story of Middle-earth. For some, the kind and wise Elrond will be closer. For others, the proud and independent Thranduil. And the choice of whom to admire most is left to each of us. The story of the Elf Lords remains a tale of wisdom and pride, light and shadow. Elrond, though a great leader, never became a king. Rivendell was a refuge, not a kingdom. His forces were limited, more guardians than an army. Thranduil, however, was a true king, with vast lands and a mighty army. He personally led them into battle, his people relying entirely on his strength. In this, the advantage was clearly his. Elrond's power lay in wisdom and guidance, while Thranduil's was in rule and command. Each embodied a different kind of power, and in that, both were unmatched in their own way. Elrond was known for his kindness and openness, always ready to help those who sought refuge. He saw through Sauron's lies when others were deceived. He aided all who fought for good, whether elves, men, dwarves, or hobbits. He even allowed his daughter to choose a mortal life for love. Thranduil, in contrast, was proud and distant, guarding his people and shunning others. He remembered old grudges and never forgot insults. Yet he bore the weight of thousands of lives, his pride forged in responsibility. Elrond drew closer to the hearts of others, while Thranduil built walls around his own. In the end, Elrond seems the victor in this comparison. His ancestry, achievements, and character placed him above Thranduil. Thranduil was a true king and strong ruler, yet in the end he stood in Elrond's shadow. The difference was perhaps 2 against 4 in Elrond's favor. But that does not make Thranduil less beloved or less fascinating. Each has his own charisma, his own role in the history of Middle-earth. For some, the kind and wise Elrond is closer to the heart. For others, the proud and independent Thranduil. And the choice of whom to admire most is left to each of us.